What's up, guys? Welcome back to another album review. My name is Garrett at Yogurt on Twitter, YOGRRTT. This is for the Tory Lanez second album. What the fuck did I just say? The Tory Lanez second studio album by the title of Memories Don't Die. Tory Lanez is a guy who I've known about for a long time, but I've never given him any credit. And maybe that's just me being a hating ass motherfucker, or the fact that my homie always would talk him up super high. So I think a part of just the mantra of what our friendship was me putting someone up on this pedestal as far as rap goes, and him being like, nah, he's trash, even if he wasn't. Well, just that's just how it goes, dude. And Tory Lanez maybe fell to the factor of that whole thing with me and my homie. And that always kind of stuck in the back of my head. Every time I hear a Tory Lanez song, I'm like, oh, this is Tory Lanez. Cool. It's fire. But for whatever reason, will not give him the credit. But I did give him the time to listen to this album. This album features 50 Cent, Future, Wiz Khalifa, Fabulous, and Paloma Ford, I guess. Mostly produced by Play Picasso. I think he's even the executive producer on this thing. Also, Seasick is on there, Dr. Zeus, and some other people. It had a couple singles, Shooters, which is the one that pretty much everyone knows. It's a fire song. Skirt Skirt, and Real Thing, which is the one featuring Future. Going into this track listing, though, we have Memories to start this out. Old Friends Cross New Foes. Shooters is track 3. Track 4 is For Me. Track 5 is Skirt Skirt. Track 6 is Benevolent. Track 7 is Real Thing featuring Future again. No, same song, but I'm just mentioning it again. Track 8 is Hate to Say. Track 9 is B.I.D. Track 10 is 48 Floors featuring Mansa. He's on there. Forgot to mention that. Track number 11 is BBWW. Cross. Fake Snow. Gotta have those crosses in there. Track 12 is Dance For Me featuring Nas. Nav, sorry. Very different. Dance For Me, Nav. Pieces featuring 50 Cent. Connections featuring Fabulous, Davo, and Paloma Ford. Hillside featuring Wiz Khalifa and Mansa. Track 16 is Hypnotize. Track 17 is Happiness, Cross, Tell Me. And track 18 is Don't Die. So track 1 is Memories, and the last track is Don't Die. Memories Don't Die. Tory Lanez, you did it, dude. You tied it all back together. Yes. The thing about this album, as far as my listening experience with it, is this sucks too. It really, it's like tracks 1 through 6, 7, maybe 8. Yeah, I would say 1 through 8, fire. Really good. Really good. But again, it's one of those things where I always feel like there's got to be this asterisk on there where it's like he sounds like a lot of people, but he's also kind of an old school. He's been around since like 2013, 2012 even, like you could argue. And he's always been that person who's kind of been in the background. I don't know where he kind of sits with like his posse. Like, you don't really associate him with other rappers in the game, and maybe he doesn't need it. He has great melody, wonderful melody. The production is great on this. Even his lyrics are good, but I don't know, it just feels like fluffy to me. It just feels like a I don't know, how do I put it, like Old Friends, New Foes. He starts off and he's singing, and then right after that the beat like switches up, and then he goes into like a hard ass verses, and really spits hard and shows what he's capable of on both a singing standpoint with the melodies as well as like the wordplay with the flows. But but for what? That's probably my favorite song on the album, and I don't know, it just seems like it's like very textbook. Like, it's very like, hey, this is what I can do. Let me show you. And then like he just does. But it's like, I don't know, maybe I just don't know enough about the guy himself to fully capsulate like on like the same level with him. Just be like, yeah, this is dope. Like, I feel you, Tory. This is what you're doing. He's a great storyteller. this guy can tell stories in his songs better than most modern day rappers, and that's kind of a lost art form as far as like what modern day people are doing. He's doing it best, so I will give him that. That like if there's one thing that he does real well that other people don't do as well nowadays is the storytelling thing, but it sucks, dude. It really sucks. One of my favorite songs though, besides Shooters, Old Friends, New Foes, For Me, track 4. I love that song, but that sounds like a fucking Daft Punk song. And I don't know, you can't really say that he's biting Daft Punk because I feel like those are very different things, but listen to it. It's a Daft Punk song. And I'm not as well versed on all the controversy with his album. A lot of people are saying that he's biting other rappers and biting other people's songs and flows and the way that they write or whatever the fuck. Like, I know people call him like Travis Scott's like copycat, like twin, but I think he's more than that, and I think he does it different enough, and I think they came up around the same time to where it's hard to like call out that he stole what from what, because I think they kind of came up at the same time, man. Like, but you can say that nowadays, like even Nav and like other people are very much taking, like Bryson Tiller, like those guys are very much learning from what Travis Scott and Tory Lanez are doing, or back in the day when they carved this new lane of the ultimate auto-tune champion of the world. But a lot of these songs just sound like other people's shit, and like I said, maybe I don't know enough about the artist to say that this is his individual identity, but oh well. That's my perspective on Memories Don't Die. I'm still bumping him, still enjoying it, so it's not a bad album. Don't Die, the last track is great. Go check that out, at least make it to that point, because it's worth a listen. So let me know what you guys think at Now in Rotation on Twitter, and follow this channel, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Yogurt, YOGRRTT.